Hello! In this video, I will be showing you how I annotate text like this. This is by Marcy Norton, and it is about the relationships between humans and animals, specifically within the context of Eurasian cultures and how that is similar and different to indigenous American cultures. And so this particular paragraph is about the differences between domestication and taming. And as you can see, I already have some highlights and comments from the first time that I read through this paragraph. And so the first thing that I'm going to be showing is how I like to highlight my text to identify different parts of the author's argument. Okay, so I've gone through this paragraph and highlighted the different parts of the argument. And so in green, I have put the claim, which is basically what the author is trying to say, what their big idea is. And then in blue, I have different pieces of evidence, and I'll go back in a little while and see if they're primary or secondary sources, and just write down my own thoughts about the evidence that the author has chosen. And then also in pink, we have the author's warrants, which is explaining how the evidence supports his or her claim. And here, for example, Norton is disagreeing with Diamond, and so she has Diamond's evidence right here, but then she has her own warrant explaining why she disagrees with him. And so there we go. Now I'm going to go back and go more in depth. Now I'm going to take you through some of the annotations that I've made for this paragraph and tell you what I look for when I'm making annotations in general. So one thing that I annotate are things that I find confusing or things that I think are really important. And I also like to make quick summaries so that when I go back to the text, I can more quickly remember what the main points are. And then also if I look at the footnotes, especially for evidence, then I can see where Norton is getting her evidence from. And for this particular paragraph, it looks like the sources are mostly secondary sources. Also, if there are words that I am unfamiliar with, then I will go to the Oxford English Dictionary and look through the page. And if I think it's helpful, then I will copy and paste a definition back into the PDF for future reference. I also noted where Norton is making counter arguments. So for example here, she introduces evidence by Jared Diamond, but then she also makes a convincing counter argument, and part of that was through logos and by introducing evidence that actually disproves Diamond's claim. And in the end, I made a summary of this paragraph and underlined other important points. So overall, those are the things that I look for in a text when I'm annotating it. And now that I've gone through this process, I feel like I have a much better understanding of what Norton is trying to say, and also I understand how she has crafted her argument.